Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we're going to be talking about the new Devastation trailer that has come out for Call of Duty Ghost. So this trailer actually came out yesterday. I wanted to make a video about it yesterday, but I had no idea the trailer was happening yesterday. I had no idea, and I already had a video planned, and I didn't want to do two videos in the exact same time frame, so I'm just like, alright, I'll make the video tomorrow, but we're going to do it right now. I figure the best way to do this is first show the trailer in its entirety for those of you guys who haven't seen it. Then afterwards, we're going to talk a bit about the trailer. Stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoy.
With our new DLC 2-pack, Devastation, we're bringing 4 new small to medium-sized maps, a really cool new hybrid weapon, and of course, Episode 2 of our Extinction saga. Ruins is a map that takes place in South America in a Mayan temple complex.
It's a triangular dome map. C and A flags are on either side, and B is actually tucked inside the temple. Towering over the play space is a giant active volcano. If someone completes a field order, they can actually cause the volcano to start hitting the play space and taking out enemies left and right. Behemoth is a really unique play space, something we haven't done before. You're actually fighting on an earth excavator, which is a giant saw. It's this long, medium-sized map, but it's also really high up. Just be careful and don't fall to your death. One of the coolest moments in Behemoth is if you get the kill streak, which is actually a helicopter with a minigun. You're riding on the side of the helicopter, you have the minigun, you're looking down on this giant earth excavator, and you're just ripping it up.
Collision is a really fun, small to medium-sized map. It takes place on a container ship that's actually crashed into a big bridge.
So at one end of the map, you have the pristine ship. One team spawns there. The other team spawns at the destroyed portion of the map, where the ship has collided with the bridge. Collision's a really symmetrical map, very flat. It's great for run and gunning. The B domination flag is actually up in the center of the map, between the 2 sniper points. You can mantle up on top of it. People are fighting left and right to get up there.
If you complete a field order, you'll be able to man the A-10. Swoop in, and you can attack as many people as possible before it takes off. We decided to bring back a fan favorite from Modern Warfare 3. We took Dome and reimagined it as an archaeological site with a little bit of a crazy twist.
In Unearthed, you get to call in 3 seeker aliens from Extinction. They spawn right in front of you, and then they tear off and look for enemies and blow up as soon as they find them. You can also unlock the Venom X from Extinction. It's an Easter egg. I'm not going to tell you how to get it, but it's really cool. You can kill opponents directly by hitting them, but it also creates a timed explosive that will take out their teammates.
Our new weapon for the Devastation pack is something I'm really excited about. It's a new hybrid weapon called the Ripper.
The Ripper brings with it something we've never done in Call of Duty before. It gives you the ability to switch between a submachine gun and assault rifle on the fly. If you need to clear a room, switch to your submachine gun, fire from the hip, and take him out. You need to pick a guy off at a distance, swap to your AR, pull up your reflex sight, and pick him off.
We've also got some great news for Season Pass holders. The Ripper is actually going to be available today for you to use.
Episode 2 in the Extinction saga picks up where Nightfall left off. So you're actually sent to this Chinese ship to try to find Dr. Cross and save her from Archer. We also have a new cryptid species called the Cedar. The Cedar will shoot gas cloud projectiles at players, similar to the Scorpions. He'll also occasionally fire these pods that turn into these mutated plant-like turrets. In Episode 2, we have crafting items. Now, you can take the Venom X and you can kind of find the right pieces to it and craft it into 4 different variations of that weapon. We also have player choice side paths. On these side paths, you'll find weapons, money, locker keys, lots of things that can really help you and your squad get through the rest of the map. Episode 2 culminates with this massive battle with a Kraken. Just this incredible, immense scale we haven't seen before in Call of Duty. I'm really excited for people to get to play Episode 2, and I'm even more excited because there's so much more to come.
4 new maps, a new weapon, and a new episode to our Extinction saga.
Devastation drops on Thursday, April 3rd, first on Xbox Live.
Alright, so now we got the trailer out of the way, let's start talking about it. So I think the biggest thing that they wanted to get across in this trailer, and you heard them mention it several times, was small maps, medium maps. One of the biggest complaints for a lot of people was that Call of Duty Ghosts, the maps are too big, right? Me personally, I don't hate the giant maps. You know, I actually wanted big maps going into the game. I just wish the maps flowed a bit better, right? But now we have some smaller and some medium-sized maps. I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's definitely going to be a good thing for Call of Duty Ghost. Let's talk about each and every map and some of the things that we actually know from this trailer. Let's start talking about some of the maps, the first one being Ruins. Alright, so Ruins? Really? Do we need more brown and gray rubble? I kind of like the environment that it's in, though. You know, this ancient Mayan temple, that's going to be kind of neat. I think the best part about Ruins is actually going to be the volcano. You complete the field order, which I'm assuming it's going to be similar to Fog and the Michael Myers whole kill streak deal they got going on. That, you know, it's going to be only one person can get it, and you end up completing the field order, and you get it, and it just rains lava down from the skies and takes out enemy players. Probably going to be something similar to the mortar strike on the map Warhawk. I think that's a pretty neat idea. I like the idea of the field orders and the unique things that happen on different maps because of the field orders. I think that's a pretty cool innovation that Infinity Ward is doing here with Call of Duty Ghost. Next, let's talk about Behemoth. So, they claim in the trailer for this map to be a long, medium-sized map. So I picture something similar to Wetwork from Call of Duty 4. You see Wetwork here, it's actually a very long map. If you played Call of Duty 4 Wetwork, it's actually a very long map, but it's actually kind of narrow. It's a long map that plays kind of like a small map in certain situations. So I picture Behemoth to be similar to that, but if you look at the pictures of Behemoth that we get from the trailer, it's like, alright, so it's not exactly going to be like Wetwork, because it's not shaped like it at all. But I think it's going to be kind of the same idea. You know, the long map with the kind of the tight alleyways. Still pretty excited for this map. Still pretty excited for it. It looks pretty interesting. And the Chopper Gunner map event seems pretty cool. Once again, they're starting to implement field order stuff, that if you complete the field order, you get a certain cool, unique thing that's unique to every map. This particular one, you're flying around the map, and you've got the minigun, so it's going to be pretty similar, from what I can tell, and I'm sure you guys will agree, to the Chopper Gunner from Black Ops 1. If you remember the Black Ops 1 Chopper Gunner, you're hanging out of a side of a Huey, and you're shooting a minigun down on everybody, right? That's kind of how it worked, and that's pretty similar to what they're going to be doing here with Behemoth. I like the idea of the giant Earth Digger thing, right? That's something they've never really done before. They're actually innovating with this map. It's a pretty cool idea. Pretty excited for the map Behemoth. Next up, we have the map Collision, a container ship that has crashed into a bridge. Alright. Yes! Thank you guys for more rubble. Yay, more rubble. All the rocks and the browns and the grays. I'm so excited. In all seriousness. When they say the map is very flat and symmetrical, that is awesome. Alright, Call of Duty maps have lacked symmetry for a very long time, so I'm definitely excited for this map to be symmetrical. That's going to be awesome. I'm really excited for that. They say in the middle, the B flag is going to be elevated. Now that says to me, okay, so symmetrical map for the most part, kind of a long, kind of a straighter kind of map. Well, gee, this kind of reminds me a bit of High Rise in a way, except, you know, B in High Rise isn't elevated. So I'm picturing something kind of like the helipad in High Rise is where the B flag is going to be. I don't know. I think Collision is the map I'm most excited for. I think I'm most excited for the map Collision just because of those two words. Flat, symmetrical. That's going to be pretty awesome. I'm definitely excited for Collision. It should also be noted that if you complete a field order on this map, you get a special field order, you get to unlock the A10, which reminds me a lot of the Warthog from Black Ops 2. That's going to be pretty cool. You get to control it, you get to fly around, you get to kill people. I love this idea of all these different field orders coming in to all of these maps. The fourth map that we're going to be getting here with the Devastation DLC is going to be called Unearthed. Now, Unearthed is going to be a remake of the Modern Warfare 3 map Dome. A lot of people are like, oh my goodness, why? Why are they remaking Dome? They already did that with Strike Zone. Well, to me, I never really pictured Strike Zone to be... I mean, they are similar. Strike Zone and Dome are pretty similar, but not super similar. Not a carbon copy, which this is apparently going to be is a straight-up carbon copy. Dome was the smallest map, I believe, off the top of my head, pretty sure, in Modern Warfare 3, and A lot of people liked it. A lot of people like the smaller maps. They decided to bring it back. Me personally, still like to see Shipment come back, but we're going to be getting Dome. In the trailer, notice this though. They say that you get to call in 3 secret aliens from Extinction. They spawn in front of you, then they tear off and look for enemies and blow up as soon as they find them. Does this mean everybody gets 3 secret aliens? Notice he says you get to, not you can, or you possibly could, or you might.
In Unearthed, you get to call in 3 secret aliens from Extinction. They spawn right in front of you, and then they tear off and look for enemies and blow up as soon as they find them.
He says you get to, as in maybe on this map, I don't know. Of course, we don't have it yet at the time of this video going up. Do we all spawn with bunch of aliens in our pockets and we just throw them out and then there's like an alien war at the very beginning of every match? Is that how this is going down? I don't know. I haven't seen too many people talking about that either. I don't know. This is the way he said you get to. You get to. Also, they're going to be doing more Extinction style stuff because, of course, this is like an archaeological site, which is, I don't know, kind of similar to the map Ruins, right? And it's also kind of interesting that in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, when they brought back the map Courtyard from World at War and they named it the map Dig, it was also an archaeological site. And here in Call of Duty Ghost, they're bringing back an old map from an older game, similar to what they did in Black Ops 2, and they're also making it an archaeological site, except this time it kind of makes a bit more sense because they're kind of tying it in with the whole Extinction thing. One of the things they also mentioned is that if you do an Easter egg, you can unlock the Venom X from Extinction. I haven't played too much Extinction. We're going to be talking about Extinction here coming up, but from what I could tell from the video and the gameplay, it looks a lot like the MK32 launcher. Now, the MK32 launcher, I barely know what that weapon is myself. I wouldn't know what that weapon is if I hadn't played Hunted Free-For-All and gotten it out of the care package, but the MK32 launcher is this goofy launcher that shoots Simtexes, right? And you can like direct impact people and stick them and make them blow up, or they just kind of land on the ground and blow up like normal Simtex grenades, right? That sounds a lot like the Venom X. I don't know, haven't played Extinction, just saying, but I also think it's kind of cool that you have to do an Easter egg in a multiplayer map to unlock a weapon that other people can't have. That's actually a pretty cool idea. I like that idea. This map will definitely be interesting. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of the remade maps. Some people, there seems to be 2 ends of the spectrum. People either love it when they bring back old fan favorites, or other people seem to hate it. In my opinion, there's no reason to hate it, because we're already getting 3 brand new maps, plus a remake. Back in the day, you only got 3 new maps and that's it. Why not have 3 new maps plus a remake? That's a pretty cool idea in my opinion. Unearthed is going to be pretty cool. Dome was an alright map. Of all the Modern Warfare 3 BS, Dome was a pretty good map in my opinion. Let's talk about the Ripper. Alright, the Ripper is a hybrid submachine gun and assault rifle that's going to be available with this DLC pass. It is a literal submachine gun and assault rifle. You simply just switch between the different modes, apparently. I mean, I don't have it. I'm not a season pass holder, so I don't have this gun yet. But if you are a season pass holder, you already have the Ripper hybrid weapon. Right, you already have it. Let me know in the comments. How are you guys enjoying that gun so far? Me personally, I buy all the DLC, but, you know, I'm just... season pass, don't really want to buy. I've never actually bought in a season pass for anything, so I don't know, I just don't really seem to like them very much, so I haven't gotten the Ripper yet. But for what we can tell, you basically have a submachine gun / assault rifle in your hands, not like the Peacekeeper from Black Ops 2, which is kind of like it's a submachine gun, or maybe the MTAR X from Call of Duty Ghost, where it's a submachine gun, but what it lacks in close quarters power, it actually kind of makes up for in medium range power. That's kind of like the hybrid. It's like a long range capable submachine gun. No, apparently the Ripper, you just switch between 2 different modes and it is an assault rifle or it is a submachine gun depending on what mode you have it set to. That's why I can tell from this trailer. That's why I can tell from the videos I've seen on YouTube, what I've seen people talking about it on Twitter. That is a pretty neat concept. It's definitely a pretty neat concept. It's also awesome when DLC gives you a new weapon, right? So far, Call of Duty Ghost is 2 for 2 with DLC that comes with a brand new weapon. Do you remember Black Ops 2? The first DLC, they gave us the Peacekeeper, and we're like, oh boy, we're so excited, we're gonna get a new weapon with every DLC, and then we never got another new weapon in Black Ops 2. Well, here in Call of Duty Ghost, we've actually gotten 2 new DLC weapons, the first one being the Maverick, now this one the Ripper, and we've had only 2 DLCs. So we're 2 for 2. It appears if they continue this streak that every piece of downloadable content that comes out for Call of Duty Ghost is actually going to include a new weapon. That's a pretty neat idea. I think briefly we should mention the Extinction game mode here. So some of you guys like Extinction. That's awesome for you guys. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Extinction. I've tried it. I just can't get into it. Maybe if I were to play it with friends. I've never actually played it with a group of people before. And playing with friends, of course, is always a lot more fun for everything. Apparently, this new Extinction mode will continue the Extinction story. Like I said, I've played maybe once. Just couldn't get into it. I don't know. I need to try playing with some friends and stuff, but apparently this continues with that. They got some special side stuff that you guys can do, and apparently there's actually a final boss like at the end of it, or maybe just an ending boss of this particular chapter of Extinction, where it's just going to be a giant freaking monster, the scale of which has never been seen in Call of Duty before. So that's pretty interesting. That's enough to make me kind of want to play Extinction when this DLC comes out, just to face a giant monster. That kind of sounds like fun. Before I part ways with you on this video, I think I want to take this time just to point out some things here. The best thing about this DLC, the biggest deal of the entire thing, is each map seems to have a special field order kill streak. Is this the future of Call of Duty? This is a pretty neat concept, I think. I love the Michael Myers on Fog. I like the Mortar Strike on Warhawk. It appears that all of these DLC maps will have some form of a field order that you can do that will give you a special something. Right? And I like that. I like the idea that we're going to possibly have a chopper gunner thing flying around the map with a minigun that you're hanging out of, right? I like the idea that we're going to be able to control a Warthog style jet. You know, I like the fact that, well, we don't really know too much about it, but I like the fact that I can send aliens after people in a remake of the map Dome. I like that idea. I like all of this. I like that I can control this freaking giant volcano over there and rain down lava and death upon people. That's kind of a neat idea. Is this the future of Call of Duty? This is actual innovation here, people. I like this idea. I like this innovation that they're bringing into this. It's an awesome thing overall. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves, because any kind of like, any kind of dislike, wherever you guys want to leave, definitely helps the video grow, helps my channel grow as well. What map are you most excited for with this DLC? Let me know about that. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.